Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Yo, let's go! It's the Friday night at AtGames show. Welcome to the show, to the show, to the show. Let's go! It's Friday, Friday night. So let's make a toast and let's say what's up to your show host. Make us Brooklyn, Menace, and Papa Brad. Don't mess with Nick, so he'll get mad. Steps came in the family. Shout out to the chat room and community. Join us now and let's have some fun. And keep on playing till the night is done. Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Yo, let's go! It's the Friday night at AtGames show. Welcome to the show, to the show, to the show. Let's go! It's Friday. The one quarter challenge may start a fight, but we always have fun 'cause it's Friday night. We're not like the others, we ain't saying names, 'cause on the show we actually play the game. So crack a beer or spark up the ball. We got solid girl in a tight blue thong. Not being a bear, no, I'm just a man. Gonna shoot my rings while I scream, oh yeah! Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Yo, let's go! It's the Friday night at AtGames show. Welcome to the show, to the show, to the show. Let's go! It's Friday! It's Friday! It's Friday! It's Friday! Yeah! It's Friday! It's Friday! It's Friday! Smash the lights! Yeah! It's Friday! Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Yo! Let's go! It's a Friday night game show! Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Let's go! It's the Friday night at AtGames show. Welcome to the show, to the show, to the show. Let's go! It's Friday! It's Friday! It's Friday! It's Friday! Yeah! It's Friday! It's Friday! It's Friday! Press the light, yeah! It's Friday!
Hell yes. Welcome to the Friday Night Arcade Show. Damn, that was the longest intro in YouTube history, but people didn't want me to take the original stuff out, and I just wrote that new song for the intro. Damn, it's Friday, people. Are you pumped up? I know I am. I'm pumped up over all this new EVERCADE news dropping. I got my buddy here. I'm not alone tonight. I am more alone than I usually am, because 3 of the hosts aren't here tonight. But what's up, my family?
What's
I know
up,
you're there in
Brooklyn?
the background. What's going on?
Not too much.
I did not really let anyone see the song and the new lyric video I made. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did. I was surprised. It's very good.
Yeah. I have another song tonight that I also wrote that's going to be performed by Sonic Girl. And it's dedicated to all the members of the channel, just to show my great appreciation. We'll get to that sometime later. What have you been up to this week?
I've been working a lot, cleaning a lot, and I have been playing games this weekend. Or this week.
I have been playing one that I'm going to talk about during my EVERCADE discussion, and then because I've been addicted, I just kind of like found the game randomly on a cartridge, and I cannot stop playing it. I have an issue. I thought I was going to beat this game, and I think I'm about 10 hours into it, and I still have apparently a lot more to go. But yeah, I've been enjoying the hell out of the EVERCADE at night, iArcade during the day with all the games that we have on there. shout out to all the people that showed up to watch the show tonight. Usually at this point, I have Brad, who's not here tonight. Brad, as I always tell you, is one of the hardest working men in the home arcade industry. So hard that he needs some rest tonight. And he's taking a rest tonight. He needs to be up really early tomorrow morning. So, and then when he messaged me that, Nick said, you know what? I'm going to take a rest too. And Steps is off somewhere in Florida on a roller coaster somewhere right now. But my family hit me up. He's like, what's going on? Is there drama?
I was wanting to know.
Hey, look, the title is the truth, but you got to make it catchy, you know? Right?
Oh, yeah.
So but yeah, no drama. We're everyone's still here on the show, just not this week. And I wasn't here last week, so I can't be mad at anybody, right? You know what my excuse was for not showing up last week?
You was just wanting to play your EVERCADE.
How did you guess?
So when you play at night, do you take it to bed with your wife with you? It's just like you, your wife, and the EVERCADE.
Yeah, I rested on her back. And I got the TV on the wall, you know, so I get two things done at once. You gotta learn to multitask, my family, you know. It's not a lot of time in the day. But yeah, we got a bunch of people watching the show. Let me do Papa Brad's normal job and give a shout out to everybody that showed up early to hang out with us tonight on this great Friday evening. All right. Shotgun Sean, first person there in the chat earlier tonight. Shout out to him. Shout out to Jason, Little Alien. Shout out to Ritual Dello. I got your prize package. It showed up yesterday. And man, it was like Christmas for everyone in my house. I gave my son all the action figures, and he's having a ball with those. I also gave him the little handheld, which I thought I was going to keep for myself, but I can't see the fucking thing. You know, like the screen is so small that I can't even make out barely like the titles of the games. And he, you know, his eyes were crystal clear at his young age, so he's having a ball with it. And I guess the first game on it is Mario Brothers. So he popped that on, and then my wife looks at it and she's like, you know, that's my favorite game. So I was like, so both of you share this. And I hooked up the Super Console. It's kind of like a retro Pi console. And I'm gonna connect like my 8-bit DOE stick to it and check out all the games on that. But it's pretty good for that small little box, because I was doing some comparisons to some of the games I was trying to run through RetroArch on the iArcade compared to that, and it can run some of them a lot smoother, some of the more powerful games. So thank you so much, Ritual Dello, and also thanks again to Shotgun Sean, because I won that on their show.
You're winning everything.
Hey, you know, I just entered and got lucky. It wasn't even one of the scheduled prizes on the show that night. They gave away so much stuff that night. It was crazy. Like a lot of people. It was nice to see like people that I know don't just show up because there's a giveaway on a show and then you're never going to see them again. It was nice to see some people like from the community that I know truly support the shows win some great prizes that night. So thanks again to them. Let's keep going down this list. Shout out to Sacro. What's going on, man? Hollywood Polo in the house. Marine 50 in the house. Kevin Clausen jumping in with a $2 super chat saying, yeah, the Super Game Room dudes pumped up the show tonight. Shout out to them. They were, I mean, P-Dubs knows, because I chat with him every once in a while, and he knows I'm a big EVERCADE fan. So when they were, I guess, discussing that, they brought this up tonight that I would be talking about it. They already covered everything on their show. I mean, I could just end this right now. That's the problem, my family, with having like the late night show for the home arcade community. You're gonna be last, you know. You're not gonna be the
Right.
you're not gonna be the first one to drop the news. But shout out to Kevin Clausen. Let's kick this for him.
Like, honestly, you don't know what he's really like. He seems like this really nice guy, but if you do something like run over his time, like, he will take you to the target and just have his way with you. All right.
You missed one super chat. Go
I
up.
did?
It said, if you think this show is great, you should check out Brooklyn Menace every Friday night. The Friday night.
Weird, I
arcade
can't find
show.
that one.
Yeah, what?
Keep scrolling.
Going on?
Don't worry.
Yeah, keep scrolling.
Feel free to
Minutes
keep
while I
scrolling.
keep talking.
How many more questions we got, Mike?
There you go. Shout out to Kevin Clausen and the Super Game Room dudes. You know what's funny? When I played that the first time 2 weeks ago, after the show, Nix was like, man, that was great editing, Brooklyn, the way you added yourself into that video. I was like, no, I was really there.
It was an awkward moment. You could tell.
Any
looking at
show
all their
I'm on
faces.
is an awkward moment. You know, I'm a professional at making things awkward. That show that night, looking back, was crazy. I just went in to have a good time. That show from that clip went down right as like iArcade was towards the end, and there was like a whole load of controversy. So, of course, why not call in the iArcade guys, Papa Brad and Brooklyn Menace? And Brad went in hot that night. I showed you the clip after the show. I brought up the video. Brad went in hot. Like, he was just like, it was, and I went in just to have a good time, you know? I paid zero attention to the chat room that was like tearing us apart the whole show.
Really?
And, oh yeah, man. We were just like public enemy number one at that time. But I love that. I enjoy the hell out of that type of environment. So I went in. I had a really good time that night. Brad, it started, if you go back and watch that video, it started off rough, but eventually he gained his composure and things calmed down. But I was having a great time. Shout out to those guys. And also shout out to Mitchell B in the chat room, Mr. Poe Style. Let's see who else we got here. So I'm trying to remember everyone I already said hello to. John G, who has changed his name there to take the time. Shout out to him. Shout out to you, my family, here on the show with me to die for. What's up, man? Let's see who else is there. I think half the people left already. They just stayed for the intro. Let's see. It's the only good part. Mikey D, what's going on? Let's see who else we have. Let's see why I let Brad do this. Kevin Clausen with another $2 super chat saying, what an intro. You know, and in the intro, we spoke about my side girlfriend, Sonic Girl, who's actually going to be singing the song that I wrote tonight. So let's kick this one in for Kevin Clausen for that $2 super chat.
Hi, hello. Can I interview you for YouTube? Are you gonna? No, I don't want to. Why would I want to talk to him when you're? What is your costume?
Sonic.
You're Sonic? Wow. Nice meeting you. I'm gonna go try to find some more costumes. So far, you win. Jesus Christ, if I wasn't married, I'd be dating Sonic right now. I'm taking Sonic out for dinner tonight.
You're Sonic?
Yeah. I'm so lucky that I'm not single, because if I wasn't, there's like literally no way I'm going to be picking up girls. Like, my lines are just really bad. Shout out to Juan D in the chat room. New name that I don't see here too often, but thank you so much for being here. I think that might be everybody. Is that? And Mikey D, did I say hi to him? Rexer is in the chat room. Rexer, I asked Kevgret to be on tonight because I want to talk some EVERCADE, and I know that he's a big fan, and he just said piss off. That was the only response I got from him. Doc Realm Gaming in the chat room. And that's it. I think everyone. Whoa, look at this. I see a surprise backstage. I told you, my family, he's the hardest working man in the home arcade community. And even though he has to be up early tomorrow morning, he just can't resist.
Hey,
What's up, Papa Brad? Happy Friday.
Hey, glad to be here.
It's good
So
to
we're
have
gonna
you,
talk some
man.
EVERCADE tonight.
We're going to talk some EVERCADE. We're also going to, get into some one quarter challenge a little bit later. We'll let the chat room decide that for us. I like doing it that way because it adds that bit of randomness to the show. Nick's, his philosophy is what he told me this week is, I know why you do that, Brooklyn. I said, why? He's like, because if you told us what the games were early, you would know you would lose to me every week.
We would have no chance, honestly.
I've beaten Nick's when he's had
but
advance notice.
if he practices, he gets really good really quick.
Nick's, what he does is, you'll never beat Nick's. That's why, we had the segment, Can You Beat Nick's? No, there's no way to beat Nick's because even if you beat him, then he's going to come back a week later.
Right. It's never ending.
Yeah, he'll never stop until he wins. So
he crushes you. Yeah.
the new segment is Nobody Beats Nick's. Because Nick's will get
Nobody can beat
obsessed
Nick's.
if he loses. I sometimes tell him,
we
I say Nick's.
we did a pinball tournament on Arcade Talk.
Yeah.
And he just went straight to for a while he was number one. I thought he was going to win for sure, but then someone came in and beat him at the last minute. I think Vader, but he is so competitive.
He's probably playing pinball right now.
He wants to win. I mean, he plays to win.
Brad, he takes this
Seriously.
gaming stuff so serious. If I lose on a one quarter challenge, I won't even remember before the show's over. If he loses, man, he is pissed.
and the thing that's incredible about Nick's that I love so much too, he picks up on the nuances and the strategies so quickly. I could play a game 100 times and not see what he sees after the second or third time he's playing the game.
That's how
it's insane. When we played Mr. Do, I mean, I noticed that right away. He figured out the strategies on how to point press the game. When should you attack the enemies? It was, he's a great gamer. So shout out to Nick's.
Rex was saying that Vader is a beast at virtual pinball.
Oh yeah, it was sick.
I don't know how you guys
which was really
get
hard.
those high
it's a hard
scores.
pinball table to play. And their scores were insane. I mean, I played for a good bit to get my score, but they did really good.
When I play pinball, I'm just playing pinball. I don't think I've ever followed the rules of any pinball table. Maybe, aim for the flashing lights. That's about it. You guys pick up on all this stuff, but I guess some of the more modern virtual pinballs through the pinball effects, they can do a lot more with that stuff.
Oh yeah,
So-
it's incredible. He just
Yeah,
got it set up where he can do his back glass. He got a Vibs board. He was playing on the HD and looks really good. He sent a video I saw. He showed it in action. But
I've had the Vibs board, Brad.
Growing. Yeah, it's I've had it in my closet. I have it in my closet.
That's
Never
where
installed
mine
it.
is. I never installed it.
I never installed it, but if I would have known it as much fun as it is to play the pinball, using that, I probably would have installed it a long time ago. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. Our tournaments are growing. Brooklyn, we've had 50 players.
That's really awesome,
That's
man.
insane. I mean, we just started doing tournaments.
I think that's a great part of any YouTube show, in this type of community, is to have some where everyone can interact with something.
Oh yeah.
That makes a lot of fun.
But we're doing the Aliens table now, which I'm a huge fan of the Alien franchise. So it's on FX3 too, which is runs really good.
Yeah. Well, Brad, before we get the show going tonight and we get into this EVERCADE stuff, and if you hang out long enough, I know you need to be up early.
Yeah, I didn't want you to be in here alone. Like I thought someone else would be here. So I saw you were here by yourself. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna pop in and help out Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's fun doing the show alone.
Dude,
I can just be
I
all
can never
uncomfortable by
monologue.
myself.
I can't monologue. I don't like the monologue.
I looked at it as
you got Randy here.
I was like, you know what? Maybe
my
we should
family, but
do
he's
something
not
like
my
the
camera.
Kiss solo albums. We do the Friday night arcade show, and each host does the show solo one week. This is my solo.
The
Yeah, of
Ace
course I
Frehley
bring in
solo
my
album.
family.
Remember that they had the 4 different album covers with
Yeah.
each one of the Kiss members.
I
was
threw
crazy.
up a picture in our Discord of me as a young kid when the solo albums first came out, and I'm painted up like Gene Simmons holding the album up. But Brad, you know, I was saying earlier today, I wrote the lyrics for the new intro song, which I played. I hope you got a chance to hear that and see the lyric video.
Oh yeah, I had you on in the background.
But Brad, you know, I also realized that every once in a while, you really got to show appreciation to the members on your channel. Don't you think so?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I mean, people that help keep the lights on.
That's what it's all
Help pay
about,
for
man.
all these streaming programs and editing programs that it takes to do these shows.
If it wasn't for the viewers, we'd just be here talking to ourselves, Brooklyn.
So, Brad, what I did was I wrote a song, you know, but because I don't sing very well, I did get in contact with Sonic Girl. And yeah, she remembered me right away. She was like, "Oh yeah." She did ask another dumb question. She asked if I wanted her to sing it or that guy with the beard. I said, "No,
Lord of
I'd
the
like
Rings
you
guy?
to sing the song." So I wrote this song, and I want to dedicate this song to all the people that are members of this channel. This one goes out to you.
Most of my members quit. I guess I'm not that legit. But shout out to the shows.
Just don't tear up. I might.
You are the shit. You are the shit. Shout out to my man Kev Gray and to Papa Brad. Shout out to Raya and to Die For. They both know the score. The rest are out the door.
Don't laugh. It's not funny.
Most of my members quit. I guess I'm not that legit. But shout out to the shows. You are the shit. Shout out to Ichabod Crane and Brother Bilbo. Still down with the crew called Shill. Old Man Kaju, Stepski. Our boys and Tony C are still shills in the place to be. Most of my members quit. I guess I'm not that legit. But shout out to the shills. You are the shit. Omega 4th and Mike Hawkert's been shills for a while. When I see that, it makes me smile. Goofy Footman, he's always been down there in 50, most likely drinking around. And last but not least, we got Mitch, who'll be supporting this show for 10 months, you see. That's the end of the list, cause everyone else they quit. When I look at the stats, I scream, what's up with this shit?
Beautiful.
What's up with this shit? Most of my members quit. I guess I'm not that legit. But shout out to the shills. You are the shit. Most of my members quit. Guess I'm not that legit. Shout out to the shills. You are the shit.
Very touching, Brad. You can take the glasses off. It's okay if you're tearing up. I know I am.
I'm tearing up, man.
All right, there we go. Shout out to Sonic Girl and shout out to the 15 members still left on this channel. Everyone's quit, Papa Brad.
I'm not quitting.
I appreciate everyone that is still a member of this channel and supporting the Friday Night Arcade show. So let's get into this, Brad. My family's gone. Good thing you're here, because I really would have been all by myself.
It's going to be monologuing like a supervillain. I can't let that happen.
So last time on the show, I decided, you know what, I want to talk about some EVERCADE tonight. Let's throw that into the show as well, because I can always talk about EVERCADE. And 2 weeks later, I mean, they're just dropping news after news there in the EVERCADE camp. One thing after another. The rumors of a Tomb Raider Giga card coming out, all true. Everything's been confirmed. But check this out, Brad, if you didn't see it already when I showed it to you 50 times. This is the new EVERCADE hardware that's coming out. It'll be up for pre-order at the end of this month. Check this out. That's right. The EVERCADE VSR and EXPR series. Man, I feel like the EXP just came out a couple of months ago. They're already changing around the hardware. But check this out, man. I gotta be real, man. So this is the original, say, standard look of the EVERCADE VS.
I do like that red and white. That does look good.
It is nice, but
pretty sharp.
You know what though? I don't know, if for some reason this charcoal gray with that like sky blue is badass looking. But if you haven't jumped into EVERCADE yet, Brad, I think it's the time. I think it's the time for you, man, to grab one of these.
I get one. I really do want to get one.
You know what? They have something on EVERCADE called competition mode, which I think would be awesome for this show, because in competition mode there is no do-overs. You are not allowed to use the EVERCADE save states on the games, and you know, even if everyone didn't have one, even if just you and I had one, we could definitely have a lot of fun competing against each other in some of the games on the EVERCADE, because a lot of them are just ridiculous. But I think this is a beautiful console. I'm wondering if they're going to start changing the colors of the cartridges to this charcoal gray to match it, although like it doesn't really matter. It's a little different. Here's the new EXP. That thing is nice looking. And
man, I got something crazy to show you in a minute. But yeah, it does. It looks similar to something that I already have.
What a great price point on these as well. $99.
Yeah, that's definitely a good price.
So, I mean, if you're one thing, so on the
always
on
buy
the new
these handhelds,
handheld,
Brooklyn, and the thing is, like, I'm too old. Like, I have to wear like reading glasses to read anything on them.
Dude, I feel you. I mean,
the screens are so small, I can't even enjoy it. It's sad.
I struggle on this EXP with this nice screen. So that prize I won from Ritual Dello, that little screen, I literally, well, they don't put the best screen on that. It's not like, there's not as many pixels on it on that thing I won. But yeah, my son, he's loving it. Like, I almost got in trouble tonight. Like, my wife was like, is that thing in his room? Because I think he snuck it into his bedroom when he went to bed tonight. I think he did, because I kind of heard some video game type sounds coming from his room. But whatever, let him have fun. But so check this out. Like, so this is the original standard edition of the EXP. Relatively a brand new device. I mean, this thing only came out, what, like a year ago? But look how sharp this looks in that charcoal gray. The only difference is right now, of course, you know, they're decreasing the price, $99. Very easy for anyone to jump in on the EXP if you want a handheld. But you're not going to have the ability to have like a mini HDMI out if you just want to use this as a controller and then run it out to a TV. You could do that on this, but you will not be able to do that on the EXP. This is just going to be strictly a handheld. This is what I go for. The VS, you can pop 2 cartridges in here. Loads up, you know, all the games on both cartridges. You can organize it however you like. You can just have it show 1 card. You can, they've done a bunch of new stuff, and I definitely want to, I have one of my VS's hooked up. I'm going to pop that on here live, and I'm going to run you through what they just did with their brand new firmware update. They added a really cool navigation system to it. So what's really cool about also the EXP and the new one is you have the tape mode. So you see, if you're a fan of vertical shooters or any vertical game, you basically, when you turn it, you still have your D-pad and you have your A and B button to play the game. But what they're releasing now, because as you could see with this, you can imagine holding it from that low down on the handheld vertical, it's probably not going to be that comfortable for a long time. So they're coming out with these as well for like, these are going to be like $20. And I do believe these are going to also be compatible with the original EXPs. So you can snap this on. You can see there, you'll have a way better grip on it when you're playing your vertical games. So yeah, I might grab one of these. I don't play the handheld too much. I'm mostly on the VS, but you know, I got the handheld because I picked up the limited edition. But it is the only way that you can play the Capcom games, and some of them are vertical games. So if I'm away, hey, you know, I'll bring it with me. You know, but I do prefer playing the games like right on the VS on the big screen. Mm-hmm. It's weird that I say that. Let me show you what I picked up.
Hey, Brooklyn, check this out. Check this out.
What do you got?
I want to show you something. This is like, okay, you showed the new EVERCADE, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I have a flashback. Check this out. Jeez, I want you just to look at the theming of this, okay? This is how much I've used it. It's still in the box. Like, I eventually just put it back in the box. But check this out. Open it up.
That's how all my stuff is, Brad. I keep everything like brand new.
Yeah, I keep everything, man. Okay, I want you to just look at this, though. This is crazy. I mean, the coloring, the blue. Look at that. That looks a lot like the EVERCADE.
I think it's in mint condition.
Yeah.
I actually think that is that the 3DS.
This is the 2DS XL, and this one's actually modded. It has the it has like a card that has like all the games, you know, where you can play everything, like a flash card.
Oh, it's modded.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a while.
I picked this up, Brad, only because it was limited. These are the Super Pockets, but this is the limited edition bundle. It has both the Taito and the Capcom, and the casings on the handhelds are clear. And then I don't even know if I'm going to open it. And then I picked up these cases that hold each
Oh,
one.
I like that. I like that blue one. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they did it in the color scheme for each of the handhelds. But the screen is like this thing is tiny. I mean, like that's why they call it the Super Pocket. But what's cool is like it has built-in title games that you're not going to get on a physical cartridge, but you can put one cartridge in it if you like. And then the Capcom one has all the Capcom titles that are probably on the EXP, same ones, and you could throw a cart in that. But yeah, if you just want to take a little something on the go with you, I have to, if I open the box, I'm assuming the screen is going to be a decent resolution, but I would definitely struggle to be playing on like a 2.5-inch screen.
Yeah.
Anyone in the chat room have any of the Super Pockets or EVERCADE stuff? Or is it just me? I think a few people have them. I know Shotgun Sean has one of the holy grails of EVERCADE, which I have as well, the Founders Edition of the VS. That's really tough to find.
Yeah, I like that Duke Nukem one you have. If I was to get any model, that to me is the best looking EVERCADE. The Duke Nukem one.
Well, forget about trying to get that. What I would do, if I were you, is they're going to be announcing another new hardware in the next few months. I have a feeling if it's not going to be more Super Pockets, it's going to wind up being like a limited edition bundle of either some new big title that they're getting, or potentially, I think it might be a Tomb Raider skin on the new VSR. If that happens, you know, I'll be there day one pre-ordering. It's crazy how fast these things like sell out and then wind up going for like 5 times as more on eBay. So
do they have a Tomb Raider edition that they're going to make? A special
they don't have a
edition
Tomb
or
Raider
anything?
edition, but they did
I
make.
can't believe they're not doing a Tomb Raider edition. It seems like a big franchise, a missed opportunity.
There was
With
a
the
rumor,
Giga
so this came out that they were coming out with a Giga cart, and I guess people were looking on Amazon, and a lot of times I think half this stuff is done intentionally. They saw the pictures for the 2 new cartridges, and one of them was this new Giga cart, which has all the Tomb Raiders on it, and so it got out there pretty quick, and EVERCADE made it official. They dropped this just the other
Peggy
day.
16.
As you can see there in the picture, it seems like if you're getting one of these new VSRs or the EXPR, it's going to be packed in with Tomb Raider. So figure Tomb Raider, the Giga carts are going to be a couple of more bucks than the standard carts, which are like $20 when they're brand new. So that's like take $23 to $25 off the price if you would have bought the cartridge anyway.
Check this out, Brooklyn. Hacked Nintendo. Hacktendo. I had to turn the
How many
date
games
back.
are on there?
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Pretty much all of them. The entire Nintendo DS library.
So that's a good little segue. So people always say, like, why do you like EVERCADE, like buying a physical cartridge when you can, if you really wanted to, like you there, Brad, you can get half of this stuff, if not all of it, and just play it elsewhere. What I like about it is
Somebody said
when
to
you
be
have something
focused,
there
right?
like Brad
Yeah.
has, what you wind up doing is when there's like
Like
hundreds or thousands of games
5,000
something.
Nintendo games.
Yeah, so what you wind up doing half the time is you wind up scrolling through. You're doing more scrolling because that's what's happening with me now on my arcade. Now that I have thousands of games on it, I can't find anything I want, because I'm looking. It takes
Spend
10
the whole
years to
time
find
looking,
what I want to play. When you have like a physical cartridge and it's a curated collection where they're putting games on that from a particular developer or things that they feel go with it, it's just easier. You pop it in, and I feel like that way I spend more time actually playing and enjoying myself than I do sitting there scrolling through trying to figure out what I want to play. Everything's just crystal clear right there. You pop the 2 cartridges in, you maybe will have like 20 titles up on screen, and every one of them, every game has a description. You find what you like, and there it is. So I spend more time enjoying playing the games than I am, scrolling through trying to find what I want to play. So that's one of the reasons I enjoy it. The cartridges do not take up much space. I think that they did a genius thing by putting the numbers on it because
it's
you're
like
going to get that collector.
You got to get them all.
Mentality.
It's like collecting anything. It has that collector. It has that collector vibe to it. Yeah. You don't want to be like once you have a bunch of them, you don't want to be missing certain numbers.
At first, I did not care about that, but what happened is once I started to realize,
once you get a complete collection like what you have, like you don't want to break that run. Like you're probably going to get whatever they make. If they make Barbie's Horse Adventure, number 79, you're going to have to have
crazy,
that.
Brad.
You're going to have, but you're going to have it.
I know.
Because you don't want your collection to be incomplete, right?
Correct. At this point, what does it matter? They come out usually with around 6 cartridges a year. And then Fun Stock will have a bundle on the cartridges. You get 2 of them for like $40 or whatever shipped. So it's at that point 3 times a year. It's kind of when you already have them all, it's easy to keep up with the collection. Where it's not easy to keep up is for people that started jumping in like this year or might jump in now. If you're jumping in now, I'm just gonna let you know straight up. Unless you're looking to dish out a lot of money, you're not going to get all the cartridges because it's crazy.
Very valuable.
It's nuts that stuff that is literally a year old is more valuable for whatever reason than like some of these real classic retro games that I own.
And it's really based on a scarcity model. Like, did they lose the license? I mean, it's not necessarily that it's the the highest titles that you want. It might be that maybe they had the license for a while and then the license they lost or they didn't make any more. So that one becomes more valuable,
I always have a random giveaway tool handy. What are we talking about here? Jason, little alien. Jason adding some excitement to the show. I think we might have an impromptu giveaway tonight.
That's pretty cool, Brad.
There's Tomb Raider Last Revelation.
Yeah. What do you think, like, as far as, like, EVERCADE putting out Tomb Raider games, the original 3 in 2024? Because obviously
there you go, so
you can get more modern versions of the original games where they kind of cleaned up the graphics, sharpened it up.
Give me the retro, man.
Lara
That's where the
Croft.
nostalgia is for me. Like, this is a newer version of Tomb Raider, Last Revelation. But anyway, I was just showing you that I had Tomb Raider on it. But I think it's great. Like, going back and revisiting those games, you remember, like, the good and the bad,
Mm-hmm.
You remember, like, that Tomb Raider was really revolutionary for when it came out. But, she basically walks like a tank. When she turns, she's like...
Brad, though, but I remember when I first saw Tomb Raider for the first time on the PS1, I was like, there's no way games are ever going to get better than this.
I was the
Like,
same way. I was like, man, this is the pinnacle.
Did,
this is the pinnacle.
did we see
This is
things
why you
different back
get-
then? Did
this
we
is why
just
you
like
get
did
a
our eyes
PlayStation 1.
blend all the pixels together? Like
Man, we were just so thirsty for something original. And Tomb
It's
Raider,
crazy 'cause
it
when you look at
delivered
the
it
games
because it
now-
was different than what everything else was at the time. You know.
yeah, when you look at it now, you just like, wow, this is like a
Wow,
blocky
man,
mess.
Used to impress us. We used to
But
think Lara Croft was hot.
like, so EVERCADE definitely has a lot of PlayStation titles like mixed in on some of their cartridges, and well, like when you go and you watch some of the videos, like the video cutscenes for the games, you forget like how stuff looked. But back then, when you saw a video cutscene like that, you were blown away.
You're just
but
impressed
now,
that you
like
were
some
seeing
of the
a
stuff on
video
these
at all.
modern games is
Yeah,
like
we
a
take that all
freaking
for granted.
major motion picture. It's like,
Yeah.
but you know what? I'm kind of cool with going back and playing those Tomb Raider games the way they originally were.
Yeah, I think it's cool. That's the way to do it. It has the retro feel, you know.
Yeah, and they were fantastic games. I mean, mixing the exploration with all like the puzzle elements and trying to figure out how to get out of those levels. That game is just badass, and I know I beat the first one. I'm not even sure if I beat the second or third one. So, and even
Yeah.
if I did, it's
I
been
remember
so
I beat
long.
the first one.
It's gonna be like playing them all over
Playing them
again.
all over again, rediscovering them,
Yeah.
rediscovering the frustrating jumps to your death. Remember, she would do that thing where she would go to a ledge, then she would do like almost
Little
like
flip.
like a flip onto the ledge. She would grab the ledge, she'd pull herself up, but they couldn't make her just pull herself. She would do like an acrobat. You could make her do an acrobatic thing. That was really cool.
I'm talking about Dark Realm Gaming. I'm just talking about the original PlayStation. The way if you go back and you look at any PlayStation game, they're starting to drop a lot of them on the iArcade. There's a lot of them sprinkled here and there on EVERCADE. When you watch any of like the videos for the game, like the cutscenes, you forget like how the stuff looked, because back then when you saw that, you were blown away because nobody else was doing stuff like that. But
in puzzles too, Tomb Raider, people forget, like when they replay the game, you're gonna instantly be like, oh, I have to solve this puzzle. Like if I don't solve this puzzle, I can't move on in the game. And they had a bunch of like, I remember pull this lever, move this. The puzzles could be pretty clever.
I think the puzzle element
But
is what really
challenging.
made the game.
Mm.
You know, it's
You may just slow down and try to figure out, like, how do I open up this door? Or how do I get past this section? How can I get to that ledge? Like, you would see where you had to go, but it might take you a while to figure out, how can I get to this spot? Like, what do I do? You know, and that was part of Tomb Raider.
hold on. I'm missing out on stuff in the chat room. Let me see what's going on here. So Jason Little Alien wants to give something away here. One brand new Super Pocket to give away tonight. Viewer choice, which one shipped directly from Amazon. So the two choices that you would have on these, you can get the Capcom one, or you can get the Taito one. The Taito one has all the like really good Taito titles. It even has Operation Wolf on it.
Really?
Yeah, but you get
You
like
just
you'll
use
get
a
like
joystick to play it, huh?
Bubble Bobble.
Gun game.
Mm-hmm. But the Capcom, you got stuff like Street Fighter 2. You have Mega Man, things like that on there. Real good shoot 'em ups. So you can't go wrong with either one of them. And then plus you can pop a cartridge in there. So we'll let Jason. Let me, Brad. I'm gonna drop myself out of here for a second.
Okay.
While I get the tool ready. And Jason, you can kind of come up with whatever you want the hashtag to be for the winner tonight, and I'll get it all set up. Let me find this thing.
A Tomb Raider. I think I have a version on the Dreamcast too. The Last Revelation. I think I have that in a box still.
The new ones were pretty badass. I never got through either of them, but I bought a very limited edition bundle of the second one that they put out of the brand new, reboot of Tomb Raider. It came in a massive box. It's got this awesome Lara Croft statue, which I have displayed up to my left. You can't see it on my camera.
Oh, okay.
And she's holding like a glow stick, and she's got a bow. It's really, really detailed. And this box came, it's like it's almost like something that you would see in the game. It's got like all artifacts and stuff in it. I think at this point, that thing is going for a decent amount of money, but I don't want to get rid of that one. I like the statue. So Jason came up, Pocket Rocket. Okay. All right, give me a second there, Jason. I'll find the giveaway tool. Someone's gonna get themselves a Super Pocket.
So
That's
Brad,
what I'm kind of. You guys
Brad,
go ahead. Sorry,
Brad,
David.
did you get the Pretendo for your Nintendo 3DS?
Yeah. It's actually got I forgot what it's called. They don't make it anymore. It's like a R4 or something chip. It's like it's just basically. It's funny. You have to set the date back. I have to set it back to like 2018 for it to work. Because the funny thing, the only thing that broke the mod is time. The clock. The clock's date will make the mod not work. Isn't that crazy? Of all the things. So I could play all those Nintendo DS games on it. I just have to set the date back to when this thing came out. But at first I thought it was broken, and all that was involved was rolling the time back. You had to put it back in the time machine. You know my family?
Yep.
But yeah, it plays everything. I mean, but Nintendo's very, very good at shutting down copy protection. I remember there was talk about some kind of mod that was going to be available for the Switch, and they shut that. It seems like they shut that down. I don't even think it came out. Did it come out?
The MIG chip or something?
Yeah, there was some kind of chip or something that was going to allow you to play Switch games.
Well, I think it just recently came out. People
Okay.
started getting it.
All right, let's bring this up. Get that in.
But I hacked all my consoles. Every console I've had back at that time, I hacked. Whether it was the original Xbox or the PlayStation 2, well, they're all hacked.
So it's hashtag Pocket Rocket. We already
Pocket
have
Rocket.
5 entries. You have a good chance to win here tonight. There's 29 people watching, so good chances of winning yourself one of these Super Pockets. Kind of like what I showed, but instead of like the limited edition where the cases are clear, it's more of like a solid case, but it matches the color stuff, that the scheme that I showed you with those with these.
Wow, that is super cool.
Yeah.
Man, what great odds too, huh?
I think the
Thank you, Jason. Man, what a nice giveaway.
this would be for the Capcom. This would be for the Taito. You can grab one of these on Funstock for like $12 before they sell them all out.
You keep mentioning Funstock. What is Funstock? I don't even know what that is. Is that a company or like a mail order
Funstock
company?
is, it's where
Know
I
much
get
about
a lot
Evercade.
of my, well, pretty almost all of my Evercade stuff. And they will have exclusives. Like if there's an exclusive skin for an Evercade, that's the only place you can get it. So
That's
that
where
makes
you
it
go to
even
get it.
harder to get because it's only one place. And they
So
do
like the
good bundles
collector's
on the
edition and
cartridges.
stuff, like those collector's edition versions you got. That's where you got them from, Funstock.
Yeah, all of them from Funstock. But they have other stuff there too. Like I'm usually on the Evercade stuff, but they sell very limited versions of cartridges for like the Genesis, for Super Nintendo. But good luck. I mean, if you go on there, they're all sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
everything-
Some of that stuff is super collectible, you know.
Yeah, it's collectible and it's expensive.
Like when you were telling about how much some of those Evercade cartridges are selling for right now, I was like, man, that's why you want a complete collection, because like there's a certain ones that you might have known when you just collected it to have it as part of your run. Then all of a sudden it becomes super, super valuable because it's scarce, you know. And that's one of the cool things, you know. At the point you're at, you have a complete collection.
I do. I got 2 cartridges. I got the notice today they've been shipped. That's going to be the Pico Collection 4 and Sunsoft Collection 2.
I would
So a
love to
bunch
get
of
like some of those collections
games.
they have with like all the shmups and stuff. I would love to have that. Just to
Yeah, so
chill
think of it
on
like
my
this, Brad.
TV, like the Toplin. Don't they have some Toplin cartridges?
Yeah, they have 2 of them so far.
I'd probably buy both. That'd probably be my first things I would buy for it, actually.
And they have 1 IREM so far.
Probably that Indie Games one looked pretty cool too with Donut Dodo. That looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a good cartridge. So think of it like this. So the EVERCADE cartridge will cost you $20 or so, right? IREM's putting out a collection. They're doing it, it's either through strictly limited or limited run games, one of the two. I was checking it out. You can either buy them separately or they're coming out with like one master box. It's freaking like $500-600 brand new. Like for all these games that we love, that we played on iArcade, that I play on EVERCADE. So it's nuts. It is a beautiful collection, you know. Like it comes with a lot of stuff, but it's crazy. You go look for like stuff from Toplan on a physical cartridge, and like anything from them that you'll find on a physical, you're gonna be looking at over $100, if not more. So, like for example, I was talking about a game that last Friday I didn't do the show, popped on the EVERCADE. Threw in the Pico Collection 3. Hadn't even broken the seal yet. Opened it up, threw it in there.
Broke the protective seal.
Yeah, look, dude, I play my shit. You know,
I know you do.
I didn't buy these games just to stare at boxes on the wall that I'm never going to open.
We're all about playing the games.
So I do actually play these. I don't buy them with the intention of selling them. So the fact that some of them are worth like $200-300 now, that's nice. The way I look at it, and the way sometimes when I talk to you off YouTube, and I always seem like I'm like a salesman. It's not like that.
It's not that. I understand.
But it's not even that. It's more that I'm just trying to let you know beforehand. So if it's something that you want, you really need to get it when I tell you, especially some of this stuff, or else that's it. The only way you're going to get it is if you're going to be willing to pay an inflated price. So
now that Tomb Raider edition with the game in it, is it $100 for the console version that you sit on by your TV with the cartridge?
Yeah, it's $100. You can put 2 cartridges in there.
I don't
it's
love
going to come
colors,
with the Tomb Raider.
But, I mean,
you don't like those colors?
No, it reminds me of my Nintendo DS. I've already done that, but you know, it's exactly the same colors.
Well, you know what? Then you better.
But it was popular.
Like that?
I think it looks cool.
You can get one of these. These are a little bit more, but these have these come with 2 controllers, and you're going to get you get at least sometimes 2 to 3 games. But what's going to happen with these now is these are going to wind up going up because they're phasing them out, and now everywhere you look,
you're going to see the new one. They're
sold out. They're gone. Yeah, because they're moving totally over to the new one.
Yeah.
So if you want one of these old ones, now is the time.
You know Nintendo knows what they're doing, though. If they want these color schemes, they knew that this would be a popular seller. You know, Nintendo.
Speaking of that, Brad,
DS is super popular.
EVERCADE's been kind of hot this week. A lot of people are covering it. You know, so I'm typing in EVERCADE on YouTube, and Mad Little Pixel did a video talking about the new EVERCADE hardware, and he brought up such a great point. You know how like Nintendo put out their mini consoles?
Yeah.
You have those? I have them all.
Yeah, I have
put out the Nintendo. They put out
Super Nintendo one.
Genesis put out that awesome mini where you can actually build the whole Tower of Power, even though nothing works, but everything looks exactly.
I just got the Atari 400 mini as well. I mean, those minis are kind of cool. They're fun to play around with.
Yeah, but he brought up a great point. Why did they not do what EVERCADE does? Why do they not make those minis where you can then buy little mini cartridges? Like they're leaving a lot of money on the table because you just buy it. It has the built-in games, and that's it. I know people mod it. We all know
everyone hacks those. I mean, you buy it and you hack it. Yeah.
But come on, Brad, you're gonna tell me that Sega fans and Nintendo fans would not eat that up if they made those minis where you can buy these little mini, look like little mini actual like of the real games and have like a little collection on it, pop that in.
Yeah,
they'd be selling those like crazy.
they would be.
And it keeps that, you buy something and it just keeps it where you keep getting enjoyment out of it, like new things add into it, except for like getting just the built-in games. They can still do that as well, but I thought that was a great point. I'm surprised that they don't do that with a lot of these mini consoles that they're putting out. You just got the.
Do you think it's because they do the Nintendo DS as well?
What,
That's
people
really a
wouldn't care.
handheld, though. That's something different.
Do you remember how expensive those, especially the mini NES was going for? That sold out fast, and then people were jacking up the prices on that. Yeah, I got lucky. I just got in on that stuff early. Got that one. Got the Super Nintendo, and they're awesome. The only thing where they I could not believe is how short they made the cords for the controllers. Like, what do they expect you to sit the freaking thing on your lap?
Ridiculous. Like, I mean, are you going to sit right in front of your TV?
Yeah, it's like stupid.
Like little 3-foot cord, useless. And wired too at that. Yeah.
But that and the ability not to buy little cartridges for it, that would be, to me, that would be a great idea. So you ready to pick a winner here?
Yeah, let's go for it. Good luck, gamers. Man, what an amazing prize. Thank you, Jason Little Alien.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
This is just such a huge giveaway.
Unexpected.
I mean, anyone else would have been promoting this for months. And to just randomly give away something like this is amazing.
So here we go. And Jason, whoever wins, good luck to everybody. Whoever wins, I'm sure Jason will let you know how to get in touch with him. I won the Atari 2600 Plus from Jason, and it's like a couple of days later, boom, Amazon drops it off at my door. So, all right, we got 18. I was going to draw it at 17, but let's
1
do
in
it
17 chances.
18.
That's great.
Here we go. 1 in 18 chance. Good luck, everybody.
Gamers.
Winner is
just like
Kevin Clausen.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Congratulations, as the confetti shoots all over the place. Kevin, do you have any Evercade products, or will this be? This is weird. This is almost, it's an Evercade product, but it's not made by Evercade. It's different than the EXP, but this is a real cool, especially if you have decent vision. You're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of it. It's got the little 4x3 screen, which most of the games are in that mode. I'm brand new to it. I almost like never even planned on getting one. But when I had the opportunity to grab the limited edition bundle at pretty much almost like the price that it was on Funstock when it came out, I couldn't pass it up. So I got it for a great deal. Yeah, there's the mini. You're going to enjoy that, man. I like playing on the big screen. I like kicking back on my couch. I hooked up the 8BitDo arcade stick, which is good for most of the games. I did try out I tried out this game 40 Winks. It's an old PlayStation game. Kind of has like a little spooky theme to it. But you can't play that with an arcade stick. That one I got to play with the controllers. I know, it's ridiculous, dude.
Look at that. That's ridiculous. I mean, look at this. What were they thinking?
Yeah.
They were like, you know what? We could save 20 cents if we give them like a little short stubby cord, and we'll sell extension cords for them. So you could sit on your sofa and play.
I have all mine on display. What is that? Oh.
It's the same
thing. Yeah. No, they're really cool. I mean, it was a great idea, but they look really cool on display. But I don't play them as much.
Nintendo, the NES emulation is so good though. Like, someone dropped like a pack with pretty much where you could play all the Nintendo NES games on the iArcade, and the emulation is so good for Nintendo.
Nintendo looks real good on the iArcade screen.
Really sharp.
Plays great because it's like 2-button games. So
basic controls, man, basic.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good for an arcade though. Like if you're putting it on an arcade to play it, you don't want anything with too complicated controls. That's where you start to
Sometimes
have
it's fun to
issues.
kick back. I think I'm gonna pop mine on because Nick's kind of like got me back into wanting to play through like the original Legend of Zelda. And I know the bad guy, Mike Worley, they were playing it. And I was like, shit, I got to just pop out my mini, turn it on. Because I have no physical Nintendo stuff anymore. I sold all my stuff many years ago.
Yeah, it was tempting just to sell it because for a while they were really good, getting valuable. You know, people really.
Do you know why I
wanted them,
sold mine, though, Brad? If I told you the reason, you'd laugh.
Why's that?
Because you remember how Nintendo and Super Nintendo, if it didn't matter how well you took care of it, they would always like start to like turn like brown after a while.
Oh, it was discoloring.
Yeah, they just discolored,
Huh.
and I didn't want it anymore.
Yeah.
I see people that do these video restorations. They take them apart and they dip them in some sort of chemical and then put it under like a light, and it actually just makes them look like brand new again.
Yeah. It's
Retro
like,
bright.
it's like stuff people used to dye their hair too, isn't it? It's like crazy.
I think it's peroxide and ultraviolet light.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's ultraviolet lights, but they put it in they dip it in a certain chemical. There's this channel, I forgot the name of it. It's pretty entertaining. Like this guy will buy stuff
This
broken,
looks really bad,
and completely
and then
beat
restore it.
up, and then by the end of the video, he makes the thing look like brand new.
That's insane.
Gets in, cleans everything up. Yeah, I don't have patience to do
The
that.
Dreamcast discolors the white on the console. Like whatever they use for that computer white that they used, they can get discolored. I don't care. I modded all mine. I ripped all that stuff out and put them in clear cases.
Brad,
But-
back on Evercade real quick. There was another cartridge that was rumored to be coming out, the Thalius collection. I didn't even know what that was. Apparently, it's I think they were games more that were really popular in European countries that were on like Commodore 64. So they just dropped this today, made it official. So check this out.
Peggy 12.
So that'll be a new one for the like home computer collection. You know, you look at those games, they're super retro, but I hear that cartridge is worth it alone for the game called Creatures that is on there. They have Creatures and Creatures 2. I hear Creatures 1 is a game that you don't want to miss playing, even though, of course, it's got that ultra retro look. Brad, I was sending you videos the other night. This is the game that I just scrolled across, came across on this cartridge. Let's see where I'm at in this. Let's go to my stats. So 8 hours, I said 11 hours. It feels like 11 hours. So 8 hours and 6 minutes, played 7 times. I saved it 38 times.
Yeah. So your average play session is probably at least an hour. That's pretty sick.
So this game, yeah, man.
Brooklyn Menace. You're making me break out the CDs and DVDs.
This game here was on the Genesis. I looked it up. The cheapest you're going to get this cartridge for now is well over $100 for this cartridge.
That's
So
insane.
it's
And
great
the
that
thing
it's
is,
included
actually,
in
you
here.
got addicted to the game too. It's actually a really cool game.
I can't stop playing it. It's weird. I was reading online that it was rated one of the like top games, like retro RPGs ever made. So what happened was I also didn't know this. Another thing about this game is that at the Midwest
For
Gaming
Jason.
Convention, not this year,
Jason.
but last year, a year ago, Brad, they had a very limited amount of reprints that they did that you were only able to get of this game, Legend of Wukong, at that convention. I did see some people selling them online for like 80, 90 bucks. But here, it's on the cartridge. It's one of, many games on this cartridge. I think this one is the best game on the cartridge, in my opinion. Obviously, you can say I put 8 hours into it since last Friday when I didn't do the show. That's when I found this game.
That's awesome, man. You went down the rabbit hole and you started playing. You're like, man, this is fun.
I
Check
can't
this out. This is
play
the
it.
one I was looking for. I couldn't remember the name. This is the one on the Dreamcast.
Yeah,
The
I
last,
think I had that.
The last
Last
revelation.
Last Revelation, okay.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
get
dude,
this cartridge.
Lara
If you,
Croft, man.
I'm not saying everything else on this cartridge is a banger. Let me I'll split it off just so it shows the Pico Collection 3. So you got 40 Winks. That's a PlayStation game.
Do you think the hint line still works, Brooklyn? Do you think the hint line works? If I call this number, am I going to get the hint line?
I doubt it. You got Legend of Wukong, worth the price of admission. Metal Mech is it's wonky, but it's fun. I hear this one's good. Motor City Patrol. It kind of looks like the original GTAs when you were like looking at the cars from above.
I love the
Driving 'em.
interface. It reminds me of Netflix.
Punch King. Well, I'm going to show you the interface, what they just changed. Punch King was supposed to be Mike Tyson's Punch Out too, actually. So, here, look. I never even loaded this yet.
You know you're a Resident Evil fan when you have this problem. Look at this, Brooklyn. I'm seeing double.
Code Veronica was great.
I'm seeing double. I must have loved this one so much I bought it twice.
Let's just take a quick look at what this looks like.
It looks cool.
Skip through all this. This was supposed to be Mike Tyson's Punch Out too, but I think Nintendo did not like the game. So that's kind of what makes the game rare. So it's nice to have it here on this collection.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying that game.
Yeah, if I can get through the cut screens.
No, like, do you know, like, are there like leaderboard systems like where people can share
Not
scores
yet,
and
but
stuff?
there's rumors that they're going to be coming to the EVERCADE, but they just did a really big firmware update,
this
which
one,
I'm going to
this
show
one, my
off here.
face.
Added a whole new tab.
Such a good game. These are all so good.
See, it looks like, right? Doesn't it look like Punch Out?
It does look like Punch Out.
Yeah, it does.
Playing with the arcade stick. That's why you're hearing all the clicking. Yeah. Jump out of that, but I just want to show that really quick. So on any game, right, you could just go to save and see I have 6 save states. So if I just wanted to save the game right at that point, I could just load my save state and I'll just be right back at that point. It's a nice feature. It really helps out with some of these crazy ass retro games that are painfully hard. Zero Tolerance, cool. It's kind of like a Doom game, sort of. So damn, we spoke about that the last time. Really like so bad it's good type game. This one I tried last night. I was having trouble getting into it. It's kind of like one of those games like Match 3 Bubbles, but the perspective is crazy. This one seems okay. It's like an adventure game. And I hear Radical Bikers is good. That's what's on this cartridge. But I would say just for Legend of Wukong, the fact that if you wanted to have this on a cartridge, you're going to be looking at over $100. It's worth the price of admission. Let me show you a real quick promo of Legend of Wukong. So obviously you see it's available on pretty much every platform. I would recommend trying this game out. It's ridiculously hard, like right from the start. I think that's why I like it so much, because you actually feel like you accomplish something. I'm not going to lie, you have to grind in this game. Like, if you're going to be trying to avoid fights, it's not even going to let you in the beginning. Like, if you try to run, you can't run. You have to grind. You have to fight in this game, because the difficulty level on this game right from the start is on freaking 10. I think that's what I like about it, because most RPGs...
What you're saying, it doesn't hold your hand either. It doesn't tell you where to go.
It tells you
very
absolutely nothing. It doesn't tell you what any of the items do.
No hand holding. Like,
you just figure it
hard.
You figure it all out by yourself. You wind up wasting stuff. I'm already at the point where I'm starting to understand what everything does, so I'm good. But I've leveled up my characters so high in the last play, because I was fighting such difficult enemies, that now I've opened up magic skills where it's good for me, because I can do like group heal. It took forever. It probably took me about 7.5 hours into the game before I even got to that point. But you know, like, you can walk around in the open world on the map in most games. This one will have like you'll waste your time. It'll have like dead ends, and you just waste your time walking there. And you cannot take 10 steps in this game without getting into a fight.
That's so random encounters like the Final Fantasy games where you just walk and you get attacked.
Forget about random encounters. Like I said, you can't walk 10 steps without getting into a fight. So you're constantly battling. Up. And where that becomes stressful is before you start getting certain abilities where you can like take something and warp out of a cave or go back to a town. You are freaking screwed, because the enemies will kick your ass. And if you did not go out with enough like healing stuff to take care of your party in the early game, you're screwed. You're never, if you take one wrong turn and then you walk to a dead end, good luck trying to get out. Yeah. So it's a bit painful.
All I know is when you send the screenshot, and poor old Pigsy had his demise. I was like, man, any game that has a little cute pig character, that was pretty cool.
That's another thing, like usually
it's
in RPGs.
It's really cutesy, I thought,
In most RPGs, usually start building your party pretty quick. Like, first town, you meet someone and they join you. In this one, you'll be playing for hours before you even open up Pigsy. And then you'll be playing for hours before you open up the third character. And that's your final party. That's him on the cover, isn't it? What's that?
On the box art, that's him on the cover there.
Yeah, that's all your
characters.
I don't want to give, if anyone wants to play it, I don't want to give away some of the stuff, because there's some twists and turns. Something happened in my last play, and then I was like, cool, I got 3, I'm kicking ass, and then something happened, and then I was like, it started to become very difficult.
Now the Pico Interactive Games, where were these originally released? What system were these originally on?
I think this is Genesis, but I think Pico is buying up a lot of these licenses. But let me show you. This tab here is brand new. Before I get to it, they got back to doing Game of the Month. This game is pretty cool. I've been playing it. It's very hard. It's, you can see they're made in 2020. Cool game, but really, really difficult.
I find it interesting too with the like it's not all just old people playing these retro games. These are popular. Like, these are becoming popular with younger people too, which is really great.
This is actually a brand new game that was made for the Genesis. So you have a whole community out there that are still making and buying games for Genesis. So kind of like Xenocrisis, this is another example.
Yeah, nice clean presentation of the game, huh? Look how sharp that is. Looks great.
So this one will be on a cartridge that's coming out at the beginning of next year. And what will happen is every month, EVERCADE will drop a firmware. If you choose to download the firmware it's going to change the current game of the month out on you. If you just are enjoying it and you want to play through the whole thing, just don't do the firmware update until you beat it. But all of these will eventually be on a cartridge. This one's got that like kind of like spooky theme to it. Ooh. But dude, this game, like, it's if you lose a life, right? You have to go back to the beginning. It's crazy platforming. Like, you get your ass kicked fast in this. This is I'm in the second world of the game. I'm not gonna play this right now, but this game is rage inducing. That's how hard it is. But it's if you keep playing through it, and then you start picking stuff up, and the boss fights are crazy.
Now, the game of the month, you have to have that cartridge that'll play that game. Huh?
No, you don't have to have the cartridge. They give it to you for free.
They give it to you for free to play.
Yeah, you download the firmware, and then you get the game of the month.
You get the game for free.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the month, does the game go away?
It will go away if you download the new firmware. Then you're going to get the next game of the month.
Okay.
Yeah, and they'll eventually go through a bunch of games until the cartridge comes out. So this is a brand new. This is the brand new tab, which is really cool. This now shows every single cartridge.
The cartridges.
These are the two new ones coming out.
The games that are on it. Like, open up one. Let me see what it looks like. Like, open up, let's say, Indie Heroes.
If I open up the Indie 3, see, I can hit play. It shows I own this cartridge.
Okay.
And
where
then,
does it say that?
See, it says you own this. Right next to it.
Right by the play.
And then you could see all the games on it. I'll show you so far. So Alien Cat 2, I sat down. I talked about this on the last show. I went back and played it. I had played a little. I went back. I could not stop playing it until I beat the whole game. It's so freaking good. This Big to Small, this is a puzzle game. I was telling you about this where you got to get the animals on the food that they eat. This one is so freaking hard. I can't figure it out.
What does the elephant eat? The peanuts?
Yeah.
This game
Bone Marrow is awesome.
Look at that rat.
This game is really cool. They mixed like RPG elements with a puzzle game. So you have day mode and night mode. And night mode, all of the pieces are locked, right? It took me playing this, and I beat it in one sitting. I couldn't stop once I figured it out. What you're doing is you're trying to match two of these same weapons together, right? So say I match two of these swords together at night. I'm moving the pieces around. That will then turn into, say, a 4, right? A more stronger weapon, or the different foods. So you keep doing that at night because the pieces are locked. You're moving stuff around quick. Every single time you move a piece, the moon is setting, right?
Okay.
Then day mode kicks in. What I finally realized is, okay, I see what I'm doing. I'm creating stronger food and stronger weapons, because when the day mode happens, an enemy pops out too on the board. Any way I move, that enemy will move. So if I created strong food and it happens to be next to the enemy and I move to the left to grab something, the enemy is then going to grab the stronger weapon. So then you got to be smart and figure which way you want to go, because you want to collect the strong stuff but prevent the enemies from doing it. Because once you start bumping into the enemies, you're fighting each other. And you see, like, the picture here shows like shield 64, weapon 33, shield 0, weapon 1. So it's going to use those stats as you're bumping into each other, as you're fighting the enemies. And then eventually you fight a boss, and while you're doing that, then the sun is setting and it becomes night again. And then you have to, work on building up your stuff. I haven't started this one yet. I did play this one. It was game of the month. It's cool. It's kind of got that, like, it's very fast paced. Got that Mario feel to it. Getting through the levels. This one I've been enjoying a lot. Choo Choo Mimic. I was telling you about this one. Another puzzle game where the knight can only move left. And you see how, like, on the top you have the arrows? So you don't move the knight with your stick or anything. You take those excuse me, you take those arrows, you set them up in the different boxes, and then you hit start, and the knight moves. And when he hits like an arrow that you said to move right, he's going to go right. So what you're trying to do is grab all the coins, but then finish off at that treasure. I've been able to get through a lot of levels, but not successful at grabbing all the coins. Some of them, like, how is this even possible to do that? This one I can't play. This is 4-player only, this game. You got to have 4 people to play this one. It's like kind of like a Smash Brothers. You're jumping around. And, of course, we all know this game here.
Donut Dodo.
So last time I told you I can't play Donut Dodo with my arcade stick. I can. What I realized is right on the 8-bit dough, all you got to do is just turn one of the dials, which makes the stick think it's a D-pad, and then you're playing with arcade control. So I figured that out. Then you got Do the World Redrawn. This one's kind of cool. It reminds me of one of those kind of like Orange Pixel type games that we used to get on arcade, but it's an adventure. It's pretty decent. This one also, yeah, I was enjoying this one. It's like a action platformer game. Skate Cat, I just played a little. It seems like you need to get through the levels. This one is kind of just like real indie. It's almost not like a game. It's kind of like a short story. I don't care too much for that one. Thunderpour is good. Is really good. The only thing in this game, I don't like the choice that the developer made, that every single time you shoot, it kicks your character backwards a little bit.
Like recoil?
Yeah, like your character jumps back. Check this out. So I can jump on here now. This is all brand new to the EVERCADE. And now you can see every single cartridge, right? You can go
Those
through
are the cartridges you own, 55 cartridges.
Yep, it shows you the...
Wow.
Yeah, I own every
That's
one
a lot
of
of
these.
cartridges.
So
it's a flex.
Shows you everything that's out. Well, here, and it shows you, like, if you don't own them, they'll be darkened out, and if you click on it, it will tell you now where you can go to buy it. So it's kind of smart.
Yeah, it is. It's a FOMO generating machine there, man.
But check this out. You can change the view style. Look, you can go into spine mode. This is how it looks when you have them, you know, your games stored on the shelf. Yeah, this is exactly how they look. And you can go through them like this as well. So it's a nice feature. I think it's really smart.
Color coded it for the different things. I guess arcade is red, huh?
So this color here means home collection.
Okay.
And this means arcade collection.
Okay.
These
so
are the arcade versions.
The arcade collections. Okay.
Yeah.
See, that would probably be what I would collect, but I see they have a lot of stuff.
And this,
what's blue mean? Computer?
Home computer collections.
Blue is computer. Okay.
Yeah. This is a great cartridge right here. Seek out these games. Even if you don't have an EVERCADE, you can find these games. These are coming to Switch. It's obviously going to be a lot more. I thought they were coming out with a new game because of the way the limited Switch version that's coming out, the way they named it. But it's actually, when I looked at it, I was like, oh, I already have that. It's just the collection of both of the games together. But it is coming out to Switch. Yeah, see, you can break it up, Brad, now. Arcade, computer, console. So it's nice. Cool. It's all organized. This really helps for people just getting into this. They can kind of see what's out there. And even if they don't have the cartridge, they could say, okay, let me go on this and see what this has. Or if I'm downstairs, you got all these cartridges.
Yeah.
Like, what do I want to play, right? You can sort them by the different categories of games. So see, you can browse every single game. It's getting close to about 500 games between all the cartridges, right?
That's awesome.
So now you got all cartridges. You just got action, adventure, beat 'em ups. So let's say, oh, I want to play this game, Coffee Crisis, right? I click on this.
Do I need?
And now it'll tell me go to the Mega Cat Studio Collection 1. So I know which. So it's cool. Like, you know, if you just want to play something, this makes it real organized for you.
Yeah.
Because some of the stuff you don't even know you have it, you know?
Yeah, look at Legend of Silk Road. That's cool.
Yeah, Legend of Silk Road. That's
on
the
arcade.
Yep.
Wizard Fire.
I have one of the Silk
64th
Road
Street. Yeah, these are all
games up.
familiar.
Yep.
Ninja
Gated
Golf
Dune.
from Atari.
Yeah, I was playing Ninja Golf on the. This is a fun
Sweet.
game.
Yeah, it is cool.
Hit the golf ball, then you fight the
I
ninjas,
know.
and then you fight the dragon.
The Dragon.
This one's really hard. Really
I actually
simple.
ordered the Ninja Golf cartridge from Atari. They're re-releasing it, a modern for the 2600 plus. I have not gotten it, Brooklyn. It's been months.
Got some fighting games. We had Dragon Master on iArcade. They got Clay Fighter. You know how expensive that cartridges to buy physically? Especially the ones that were only available in Blockbuster Video. Dude, like those things probably go for well over $1,000, if not more.
Wow.
First person shooters. I love Alien Brigade. I think this game
7800, yeah.
for a 7800 game, like they pulled it off on having a game that was not actually a light gun game to play. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like that
that
Atari is re-releasing the 7800 cartridges for the 2600 plus. I ordered a few of them. I haven't gotten any of them yet, but I did order like Food Fight, Ninja Golf. I ordered a couple different ones that I needed.
Dude, this pinball game sucks.
Oh, video pinball. Yeah,
Remember this?
That's very
think
old.
I
I
had this
remember that.
as a kid.
I have the cartridge. I could pull it right to the
Dude,
left of me.
Brad, it's fucking terrible. Like the
It
ball,
is.
just like it just bounces
Well, they
wherever
didn't even
it
have enough
wants.
buttons. They had to use
It
the
takes, like,
joystick.
It's like, okay, when is the ball gonna come to the flippers? It's just like hanging out, bouncing on the side. But you know, that's what we dealt with when we were
That's what
younger.
we dealt with in the 70s, you know?
That's like my daughter's toy shot pinball.
This one, Brad, you can grab this one on arcade. Somebody posted it. This is also more of a modern retro game.
Which game is that?
Really good one. Ira the Crow Maiden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, someone popped it up for arcade. This is great. This game's great. Good Boy Galaxy. Also, this is on arcade now too. Someone put this up. Micro Mages plays really well on there. I'm not gonna play it on. I have it on there, but I want to play it on the arcade. I hear Flea is awesome. Remember when arcade was going out and we started seeing some of those hidden games? One of the ones that was on there was Flea, but that didn't work.
It never had it. Yeah, it wasn't really
Yeah.
fixed where it was runnable. That's a
Got the
Super
Sydney
Nintendo
Hunter
game.
games, Earthworm Jim games. I like this game. Booger Man. Have you played this one, Brad?
No, Booker Man.
Dude, it's on. You can play it on arcade. Someone put it on there.
That's cool.
It's really good. It's so Genesis. Like, remember how Genesis just tried to be
1995.
way more extreme than Nintendo was?
Yeah.
So,
The
so they
games
put
were
out like
more,
wild stuff. Their commercials were
edgy.
crazy. Yeah, this really will bring you back to that time, but it's actually a good game. These are all on there now, Brad. Someone posted these today. Arrow the Acrobat 1 and 2.
That is cool. Yeah, that's the thing. I like that it's like the stuff. People have a really good taste that post on that. That are porting stuff to the arcade. They're just picking all the hits.
Yeah, we
like
love
stuff
this
I never
game.
heard of. That's great.
So yeah, lots of stuff. You know how I feel about Dizzy.
Yep.
Dude, I rage quit Dizzy. It's so freaking hard to figure out. Talk about a game that tells you nothing. This one was cool by the same people that made Dizzy. This one, Super Robin Hood, this is freaking hard as hell, but for some reason I'm really enjoying it. Big Nose is fun. Yeah, so lots of games, that you can find. And you'd be like, okay, we'll grab, I want to play Blast Master. Okay, grab my Sunsoft Collection 1 cartridge. I am going to play Blast Master. I have to get my revenge for when I was younger and was getting towards the end. But we had no save states at that time. And someone turned off the Nintendo.
They don't have TurboGrafx collection yet, huh?
Not yet. No.
No. That's interesting. It seems like that would be a good fit for this system.
Yeah, but who knows what they're going to get.
Yeah.
This was another one that popped up on iArcade, never officially released, but it was there. It's a tapeworm disco puzzle here. This is a lot of fun. This game. Plan on playing that. Witch and Whiz, man. Over 100 levels of mind-boggling puzzles. I beat this one. So I could not believe I finally beat it because there were some puzzles that I was stuck on for literally days. I could not figure them out. And
that looks like Dark Side of the Moon from Pink Floyd. That loops.
Yeah, it does, right? Yeah, I enjoy puzzle games.
Boulder Dash, man, I just played that on the Atari. It comes included with the Atari 400 Mini.
Why is Human Cannibal a puzzle game?
Boulder Dash is a good game. Pop that one open.
Yeah.
Is that the Commodore 64 version? Yeah, that game is fun, man. I forgot how cool that game was.
Pretty hard, yeah. Rocks always fall on me. And that's it. That's the new
494 of 494 collected. So that actually confirms that you have a complete collection, huh?
Yeah. So what they did.
So like, if you sell the cartridge, you would still have a complete collection, though.
Yeah. So what they did, they actually
the machine, it gives you the credit.
They did.
Or you just select that you have it.
No. So at first,
does it automatically populate?
You had to put your cartridge in, and then it would register that you own it. But what was happening is people were having to like sit there, going that own a lot, break the seal, going through like 50 cartridges. So I guess people were chatting about it. So EVERCADE threw out a second firmware update. So now you can actually just go and click "I own this."
You click it, yeah.
You don't have to put the cartridge in anymore to say you own it. Some of these, most of these are readily available still, but some are becoming
out of print.
Yeah. Latest one to go out of print.
Out of release. I guess, I don't know, would you see print or release or discontinued?
Yeah, they at least they're giving people advance notice. This is the most expensive cartridge. This one this one goes for around 300.
The Technos?
Yeah.
Oh man, open that up. I bet you that has some good games on it too.
It does. Technos. I have it. I was playing it the other day.
It's a lot of the iArcade stuff, probably.
No, but this is all the home versions.
Oh, okay, that's home versions. Okay.
Yeah, and they're all good.
Well, that's cool.
So it's a really good cartridge.
These are pretty good at holding on to the arcade titles. They haven't lost any of those, huh?
No, both of these are going out of print. They pretty much already are, but the price isn't terrible on these. People are selling them for like $39, $40. You could still find these, but they're going away. This one you can't find. Oliver Twins collection. Good luck. Like, unless you want to spend over $100 to $200 on this thing. This is the latest to go out of print, and this was a very popular cartridge. So I already had it, but so I wound up putting 2 in my cart on Funstock. Then I'm like, what do I got to be like, price gouging people,
So Codemasters has been around for a long time then.
Yeah. Then I went back a day later.
Is that Booger Man?
No, this doesn't have Booger Man. I went back a day later to my cart and they were all sold out. It's gone.
Boomerang.
They're done.
I'm sorry, I just saw the B.
But I did wind up grabbing.
Okay.
Amazon had like said, hurry, only like 8 left or whatever. So I scooped 1 more up that I have sealed. And let that sit for a bit. And I'll probably throw it up on eBay for like $200. I got it for $13. What the hell, right? Make a little money.
A little money, man.
Yeah, everyone was scooping those up.
Help
when they
support
went
the
out.
hobby, you know. Allow you to get the newer stuff when it comes out, you know.
Yeah.
You got duplicates.
Switch back. And that's what's going on EVERCADE. Still having a lot of fun, still having a lot of excitement with all this new stuff, all these new cartridges coming out. Got 2 more on the way. And, you know, if you find one game on the cartridge that you just fall in love with, it's worth it.
Yeah, it is super cool.
Yeah, it's just they make it like with that new navigation system they added.
You know what I really like though too is that it's physical media. So once you have it, they can't take it away.
Yeah.
You know, anymore like everything's digital. If they get a little hair across their nose that they lose a license, the next thing you know, they take something away that you had before. That's the worst thing about everything going digital. I mean, it's good that you don't have to have physical things like just sitting around, but the bad part is they can take it away at any time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bad part about having digital stuff.
That's part of that can happen, but on the physical, why some of these cartridges go legacy is, let's say if there's one title on that cartridge that someone else scooped up the license for, right? And they had it for a certain amount of time. Well, that's why they can't produce it anymore. It could just be down to one game. And then you get something like this that's very niche in the beginning and then is starting to gain popularity. So now people jumping in now, they want to get everything.
That earlier stuff that they missed out on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. Well, we don't only like to talk about games here, right, Brad? We like to play games.
Yeah, sure.
I know. Look at my family sitting there in the dark.
Patiently.
And when is this idiot going to stop talking about this stupid shit?
I kept thinking, you know, Forrest Gump's friend, that black dude that would go shrimp soup, shrimp cocktail. I'm like, EVERCADE. Yeah, EVERCADE soup, EVERCADE.
Yeah.
I kept thinking that.
You should grab one, my family. I know you're like hooking everything into that AtGames Legends.
Yeah, I actually might consider the Tomb Raider one. I got into Tomb Raider just like a couple months ago for the first time, and the puzzles are very good.
Yeah,
and I actually like that game.
Yeah. I would probably get the Tomb Raider right now. If I was to get any of them, that would be the one I would probably get.
But I was playing it on my Steam Deck.
Yeah, you play it on there, but I'm not the biggest with handhelds. I enjoy just kicking back on the couch. My controller now for it is wireless. So, but even when I use the wired controller, the cords on it are so long.
Oh, so you putting the console on your wife's back to play? Not that.
Well, that wasn't actually true. I mean, it does seem like a good idea, though. I might consider doing that one night.
Just stay still.
Yeah.
Don't move.
I was about to beat that boss.
Oh my goodness.
You made the controller fall off.
I know.
There's so many things I want to say now.
Yeah, I know.
The wheels are all spinning.
Oh, I know.
But I'm like, all right, I'm on this channel. My other channel. Let's forget about it. No holes barred on there. But I try to behave over here, my family. Stop doing this to me. Bad influence on me. So I have Cadillacs and Dinosaurs up on my arcade. I mean, I'm down to play that.
Okay. Are you going first?
Single quarter challenge?
Yeah, we'll do a 1 quarter challenge in that. And then let's say while we're doing that, people could throw some titles up in the chat room and pick another one. But I figure I already have it up in the background. It's a great game. Might as well jump in on that. You want me to go first?
Yeah, because I don't have it up.
All right, give me a second. All right, we're out of here. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next Friday.